Good evening and welcome to this Tuesday edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Jennifer Collins, and it's felt hot across the Big Bend region all today. We had heat index values into the 100-degree mark. Looking at the sideline radar, we're just seeing a few showers on and off across most areas of the Big Bend region, even some scattered cloud cover across the region as well. Rain showers along the I-10 corridor right now for most areas near Tallahassee, but we'll keep the rain chances fairly low heading on throughout the rest of the evening. About a 20% chance of rain. We're keeping temperatures around 74 degrees for tonight with those mostly cloudy conditions. Calm winds though, so that will keep the temperatures fairly warm. Tuesday through Thursday, we're going to see some rain chances in the picture throughout most of the week. However, temperatures are going to feel hot for most areas. 95 degrees for Tuesday. 92 degrees for Wednesday and Thursday with those 50% rain chances. For today's show, we're going to keep the afternoon showers and storms as heat index values are reaching into the hundreds, and we're going to give you your full week forecast heading throughout the rest of the show as I pass things off to Brittany.
Thanks, Jen. Let's take a look at the time lapse. You can see as throughout the day the clouds did increase coming from this morning where I think I saw mostly clear skies, and we even have some upper level cirrus clouds making conditions mostly cloudy. Kind of helping off with cooling us off, but we're still sitting at 95 degrees just as Jen said, and it stayed in the 90s for a majority of the day. Winds coming out of the northwest at 12 miles per hour, and temperatures across the area in the 90s and 80s. Perry at 88, Valdosta at 84, heading on over west, 95 in Bainbridge and 90 in Apalachicola. And with the dew points being very high, we are feeling feels like temperatures in the upper hundreds. The lower 100s, 101 in Tallahassee, 101 in Perry, and 96 in Thomasville. So you want to make sure you're staying hydrated, and also be mindful of your pets when they're outside. They don't know when to stop playing, so make sure you're keeping them hydrated as well. Satellites showing the rain staying off to our east. We have a storm currently crossing over I-10 just east of us. If you have any travel plans tonight, be aware of the rain along I-10 going eastward. And they stayed mostly east throughout the day. The wind speeds are coming out of the south when you're closer to the coast, coming off the Gulf of Mexico. 8 miles per hour in St. Mark's, but as you head more towards Tallahassee, we're kind of getting more of a west wind now, southwest at 8 miles per hour, and then going more north at Bainbridge, you're getting a northwest wind. So where you're seeing this convergence off to our east is where we're seeing that rain and storms. Looking into the future, you'll see that things will calm down overnight as usual over the summertime. Some passing clouds, but as you get into the day tomorrow, once that sun heats up the ground, you will see those pop-up storms and showers across the area. For tonight, though, we will keep a 20% chance of rain, a low of 74. Under mostly cloudy skies, things will clear up as we get into morning, and then we'll pop back up with those storms tomorrow. And the winds are also going to calm down as we go into tonight. For tomorrow, waking up, you'll see 75 degrees. We're already going to see hot conditions by 11 a.m., 88 degrees. And by 3 p.m., that chance of rain will increase, and the temperature will be around 91 degrees. Looking at the next 7 days, you'll see pretty similar conditions across the board. 50% chance of rain for Thursday into Friday. And we're going to see those temperatures in the low 90s and mid 90s throughout the rest of the week, and you'll see those lows in the low 70s. Now I'm going to head it off to Michael with a look at the southeast.
Thanks, Brittany. Let's take a look at the southeast, and you can see nothing much different compared to yesterday. We still have the heat out towards the eastern sections of the southeast, and then out towards the west, we're still watching that low pressure system out down towards southern Texas, giving a lot of rain. Beaumont, Texas in particular, got 5 inches of rain yesterday. So it is a huge rainmaker out towards Texas. But very hot, again, out towards the eastern sections. Dew points pretty similar compared to this time yesterday as well. Upper 60s, low to mid 70s, but look out towards Texas. High 70s as your dew point, so you can tell the tropical air out there. And that's due to all the rain that they've had over the last few days. With those high dew points, we're having some pretty high heat indexes. 101 here in Tallahassee. That's how it's been for most of the day. Even Charleston, at one point, it was 107 as your heat index, so very hot. Now, out towards Texas, because you're getting the rain, it's not feeling as hot as out towards the eastern sections of the southeast, but you're getting a lot of rainfall because of that tropical disturbance. You can see all the rain here. And out towards the Houston area, that tiny red box is a flash flood warning out towards Houston. And we also have a flash flood watch for the entire Texas coastline. And in the eastern sections, we have those pop-up showers. But let's zoom into Texas. You can see all the moisture overflowing onto the Texas coastline, and this is basically a pipeline of moisture, honestly. And it's not going to move much for the next few days. We're expecting rainfall amounts of 3 to 5 inches for the next few days. You can see all those winds streaming in also with that low pressure system out towards San Antonio. So you're getting a lot of moisture up the Gulf. Out towards the eastern sections, you can see we have high pressure situated in Mississippi. So you're getting those northerly winds bringing in some drier air to the eastern sections. Now the futurecast shows you how we stick with the moisture out towards eastern Texas. But with the eastern Texas, but out towards Georgia and Alabama and Florida, those showers and thunderstorms die off overnight. But then as we go into tomorrow, those refire again, mainly down towards central and south Florida, but we still watch towards Texas with that tropical disturbance. For tonight, very warm and muggy, 70s across the board, 72 in Montgomery, 72 in Little Rock, and 75 in Houston. And tomorrow, pretty similar story to the last few days. Very hot in the eastern section since you get more of the sunshine, so mid to upper 90s there, but out towards Texas, low 80s because of all the rainfall and cloud cover. But for now, let's send it off to Jennifer with a look at the national picture.
Yeah, we got some viewer photos that came in earlier from Megan Berry, who is also an FSU weather team member. She sent us some pictures of mammatus clouds over Colorado in the Fort Collins area. Mammatus clouds are a result of severe storm activity, so afterwards you get anvil clouds that lead to these type of cloud covers throughout most of the regions. That's some pretty cool pictures sent in by Megan Berry. Temperature-wise, we're sticking with some warm temperatures across most areas of the southeast. We're looking around 92 degrees for Atlanta as well as 95 degrees here in Tallahassee. Bit cooler temperatures for some areas of the northern part of our country, like Chicago, Detroit, seeing around 71 degrees there. Towards the west, we're also seeing some cooler temperatures. Always nice temperatures for Los Angeles and San Francisco. They're looking around 70 degrees for Los Angeles. Dew points are staying fairly high for most areas of the southeast. We're actually seeing some dew points in the 70s, some 60s here and there, so it does feel quite humid in most of these areas. Off towards the west, we are going to see some lower dew points, especially along the Four Corners region. That's where they're seeing some exceptional droughts for this time of the year, so not a lot of moisture in those areas. Radar is indicating some storm coverage and cloud cover across most of the United States. We're looking at storms across the south as well as the middle part of our country. As we zoom in, we're going to take a look at the Midwest. They're seeing a line of showers making their way off towards the eastern part towards the east, from west towards east. They're also leaving some cloud cover right behind those storms as well. So we also will have some severe thunderstorm warnings for some of these areas. Where the big picture is all the tropical moisture that's heading into the Texas area right now. Areas like Houston, even Corpus Christi, are actually going to see some higher rain values with this tropical moisture that's just surging onto the shore. So we actually do have some flood watches and warnings for these areas as well. As we take a look at some of the warnings across the nation, we're seeing some rainbow colors right now. We do have a tornado watch for areas of eastern Colorado. This will head on throughout 6:15 tonight. We also do have some tornado warnings associated with this as well, currently just east of Denver for those areas. We also have severe thunderstorm watch for areas of western Kansas as well, heading on into the southern parts of Nebraska as well. Flash flood watches are in effect for some areas of South Dakota, even Montana for some areas, so that's something to keep an eye on. Some alerts for the eastern part of the country. We're actually having heat advisories as well as excessive heat warnings for some areas of the eastern half of the country. St. Louis is actually seeing a heat advisory as well as an excessive heat warning in those areas. Looking off towards the east, however, we do see some heat advisories for areas like North Carolina, even into South Carolina and Virginia as well. Like I was saying, excessive heat advisory issued for some areas of St. Louis right there. Flash flood watches are in effect for areas associated with tropical moisture that's surging onto areas of eastern Texas as well, so we will keep an eye on that. For the drought, however, we are seeing some drought conditions across most areas of the south. However, tomorrow's forecast is going to be warm, about 94 degrees for areas like Atlanta, but a bit cooler for areas like Denver. It's passing off to Brittany.
Thanks, Jen. Let's take a look at a time lapse from St. George Island. pretty much looks like a beautiful beach day besides some clouds that move through the area, but I'm sure that will help cool you down while you're next to the water. Looking at current temperatures across Florida, 95 in Tallahassee. Some rain-cooled spots in Gainesville at 77 and Jacksonville at 76. Sunny skies in Fort Myers at 92 degrees. And looking over at Pensacola, sunny skies and 90 degrees as well. Dew points are very high, 70 in Tallahassee, 64 in Orlando, and 72 in Miami. This is making the feels-like temperatures, as we've been saying, very, very hot, in the hundreds, possibly in upper 90s. Winds, you can see, are coming mostly from the south along the coast of the Gulf Coast of Florida up in the northern part, 5 miles per hour in Tallahassee. We're sitting at calm conditions in Tampa, and then when you get over to the east coast, over in West Palm Beach, you're seeing winds coming from the east. Now, this is where we're going to see all the shower and storm activity across Florida. You can see all the lightning associated with that, just a typical sea breeze pattern that we see across the Florida peninsula. Drought, we have nothing to talk about in Florida, just our friends off to the west, still dealing with some dry conditions, but hopefully these summertime conditions will help with that. But state of Florida looking very good as far as the drought conditions. Futurecast is going to show that the conditions will clear up overnight, and then as the sun rises tomorrow, we will see the storms and shower activity increase. And this is just a perfect example of the sea breeze. You can see all those storms and showers just piling up in the central part of Florida. For tonight, we'll see 70s across the board. Florida, 75 in Tallahassee, 72 in Gainesville. Heading down south, 75 as well in West Palm Beach, 77 in Miami. And we will see the chance of storms and showers decrease as the night goes on. And then for tomorrow, they'll ramp back up as we go into the afternoon. 89 in Gainesville, 90 in Tampa, Pensacola sitting at 71 tomorrow, and Fort Myers at 93. For now, we're going to send it off to Michael for a last look at our local forecast.
Thanks, Brittany. Let's take a look at our time lapse from the FSU Weather Stem cam, and you can see how all those clouds filtering in from the north and the west, and you can also see the cirrus clouds up, moving in a different direction. So very interesting observation in the skies today. Now currently it is 95 degrees. Tallahassee did officially get to 96. I did see some observations of 97, but we'll see the official climatology report in just a little bit. The temperatures, you can see, very hot, honestly, for a lot of the region. 95 in Tallahassee, 95 in Quincy. Now, Perry is our cool spot. They did have a thunderstorm just a few hours ago, so that's why they're cooler. And same for Valdosta, because they're getting a thunderstorm. So when you're getting the rain, you get some cooling, but the feels-like temperature, it is not really, it feels very gross outside. Look at that, 101 in Tallahassee, 103 in Quincy, and 104 in Apalachicola. That's the combination of those high temperatures and the high dew points. So yeah, it doesn't feel very nice outside. But the winds, you can actually see the sea breeze partly right between Tallahassee and St. Mark's. But when you go up north, you're getting those northwesterly winds. That's why the thunderstorm activity has been very suppressed when you go west of Tallahassee. It's because of those northwesterly winds bring in some slightly drier air. Satellite and radar does show that as well. Once you go east of Tallahassee, that's when you get into the shower and thunderstorm activity. Once you go west, there's absolutely nothing at all. No activity basically west of Tallahassee. Now, Futurecast shows the showers and thunderstorms dying off as we head into the nighttime hours. We lose the daytime heating and the sea breeze dies off. But as we go into tomorrow, pretty similar to Monday and Tuesday, where you can see most of the shower activity is still east of Tallahassee as well as south of Tallahassee. That's due to the sea breeze and partly the daytime heating. So if you're up towards the north and west, you'll probably experience some drier conditions again tomorrow. So don't be surprised if you get well into the 90s again tomorrow. The beach and boating forecast, let's move on from that. And then for tonight's forecast, pretty warm and muggy, 75 degrees in Tallahassee, 76 in St. Mark's, and 78 down towards Apalachicola. Very warm down towards Apalachicola. Tomorrow, pretty much the same story. We'll get up to those middle to upper 90s once again. Look at Bainbridge, 97 degrees, very hot conditions. And we'll, again, have the showers and thunderstorms east of Tallahassee mainly, but we can't rule a stray one on the western part of our viewing region. Now for the 7-day forecast, basically the 50-50 shot of showers and thunderstorms for the next 3 days. We do drop the rain chances just a little bit as we head into the weekend. Basically, those rogue afternoon thunderstorms due to the daytime heating. Finally, don't forget to follow us on all of our social media accounts, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at FSU Weather. So for all of us here at FSU Weather, I am student meteorologist Michael Onden, and have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.